First, let me thank my friends and family, the rowdy group up here, for coming, and over here as well. Even folks who don't necessarily agree with everything I'm going to say tonight are coming. Thank you, Coach. I love you. I don't mean to point you out. I appreciate it. This one, however, is a little more on the light side. This is a poem by Harry Baker. This is a slam poem. So for those who don't know, slam poems, they're performance poetry. They get judged, and you have to do your poems in 3 minutes for it to count. I'm not going to do mine in 3 minutes. I'll make it about 4.5. But you can just imagine how fast, when you hear me say it, that Harry Baker says it to get under 3 minutes. This poem actually won the World Grand Championship of Slam Poetry a few years ago. So as Harry Baker likes to say, this is the best poem in the world. I like people. I'd like some paper people. They'd be purple paper people, maybe pop-up purple paper people. Proper pop-up purple paper people. How do you proper pop-up purple paper people? I hear you cry. Well, I probably I'd probably prop up proper pop-up purple paper people with a proper pop-up purple paper people paper clip. But I'd pre-prepare appropriate adhesives as alternatives, a cheeky pack of blue tack, just in case the paper slips, because I could build a paper metropolis. But I wouldn't want to deal with all those paper people politics. Paper politicians with their paper-thin policies, broken promises, without appropriate apologies. There'd be a little paper me and a little paper you. We could all watch paper TV, but it'd all be pay-per-view. We could see the poppy paper rapper rap about his paper package and the people paper carrier stuck in paper traffic. There'd be a paper Princess Kate, but we'd all stare at paper Pippa. And several of us would live in fear of Killer Jack, the paper ripper. Because the paper propaganda propagates a people's prejudice. Papers posting pictures of photogenic terrorists. A little paper me and a little paper you. And in a pop-up population, people's problems pop up too. There'd be that pompous paper parliament that remains out of touch, ignoring all the people's protests about their paper cuts. And the peaceful paper protests would be blown to paper pieces by confetti cannons manned by preemptive policemen. There'd still be paper money, there'd still be paper greed. And the paper piggy bankers pocketing more than they need. They purchase potpourri to pepper their paper properties, where others live in poverty and ain't acknowledged properly. A proper poor economy with so many proper poor. But while their needs are ignored, the money goes to big wars. Origami armies on full planets with paper planes, and you and I remain imprisoned in our own paper chains. And the biggest shame, it always seems to stay the same. The only thing that changes are the people in power choosing how to lay the blame. They're naming names, forgetting their names of people. And it all comes down to people. I like people. Because the situation's dire, it's only ever people that are able to inspire. And on paper, it's hard to see how we can cope. But at the bottom of Pandora's box, I know that there's still hope. And I have hope because I believe in people. People like my grandparents, who every day since I was born have taken time out of their morning to pray for me. That's 7,892 days straight. Someone checking I'm okay. That's amazing. People like my aunt, who put on plays for prisoners. People who are capable of genuine forgiveness. People like the persecuted Palestinians. People who go out of their way to check that you're okay. That's nothing in return. You see, people have the potential to be powerful. Just because those in power tend to pretend to play the victim doesn't mean that we need to succumb to that system. And the paper population was no different. There's a paper me and a little paper you. And in a pop-up population, people probably pop up too. But even if the whole world falls apart, I know that we'll come through because we're people.